Hey guys, David at Guitars in the Bank. So you have your Les Paul out, or Les Paul style guitar, and you've got the strings on, the neck is straight, good to go, but the intonation and the action doesn't seem like it's quite right. Today we're going to address those in this video. Alright, so first we're just going to talk about the Les Paul style guitars. Typically a Les Paul style guitar is going to have sort of this figure 8 shape. A lot of times it'll have the cutaway. This one specifically, it's a Yamaki, which is a Japanese guitar brand. Someone had, at some point, I guess they were ashamed of having a Yamaki, so they blacked that out for whatever reason. Actually, by the way, Yamaki guitars are super cool. This is actually a guitar that's listed through one of my guitar shops, this Japanese guitar company. We'll link it below. But anyways, so that's kind of the style of the guitar. And then what we're going to be messing with today is going to be both the two-pneumatic bridge and then the tailpiece. Now the two-pneumatic bridge down here is really all it's going to do is just hold the ball strings in place. And then up here, you're going to see that we have the ability to adjust the action on these two spindles, one on this side and one on the other. And then we also have, each string is going to have its own a separate adjustment, which is adjusted right through here. So let's get into it. What I want to start with first is just say that I've already, again, we put new strings on this. This is assuming you know how to put new strings on a guitar. And if you don't, we have a video below for all the instructions on that. And then secondly, that the neck is where you want it to be. This neck, I put just a little bit of relief in there. It's a pretty common practice I do just because sometimes when you have the neck perfectly straight, it's going to cause buzzing issues down the neck. Again, it's a preference thing. I know some people really like straight necks. I just sometimes like to have a little bit of relief in it. So first we're going to just make sure the action is where we want it to be. And I'm going to check here. You always measure the 12th fret. It's a little bit under, it's probably about 3/64 right there, so it's a little low. And then on this other side, we're at about 4/64, which is probably okay. Now, what I do, this is a super non-scientific way to do it, but what I really do is I just play on these two E strings, and I kind of just want to listen for and see if there's any buzzing. I'm going to just play it acoustically because I'll be able to hear the buzz a little better. So kind of hear that. It's not terrible, but you can hear that extra buzzing. The thin E string is fine, that's what I figured. So we're going to start by raising up the action on the thicker E side. You normally would adjust these with like a flathead type, and that's what I have here, just a little small one. Now this one does not though, so this one actually, you can only adjust it by using your finger down here. Now what I will mention is when the string tension is already on here, it's kind of hard to move this. So what we're going to have to do is just relax the string tension a little bit up here at the headstock. So I got the bottom 3 strings loosened up, so let's just see if we can get this to move a little bit. You'll be able to tell pretty quickly if the action's going up or down. We're raising it up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it back up and kind of just see. We still got a ways to go. And when you check the action again, you always want to make sure you put string tension back on the string you're testing. Otherwise, it's not going to be very accurate. Okay, we're at just like right at 4/64 right now. So let's go ahead and try that again. I'm gonna get it back into tune. It doesn't need to be perfectly in tune. We're just kind of. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and see, double check it again now that I got action on everything. With the action, with all the tension back on, it put us at 5/64, so it's a little bit higher, but let's just see where we're at buzzing wise. I think that's actually where we're going to leave it. Usually I shoot for 4/64, but that buzzing was so bad that I think it's okay to go 5/64 this time. I feel like, from what I can tell, if I go down to 4/64, we're probably gonna have a little bit more buzz than we want. So now the action is where we want it. And by the way, just to mention, my preference is 4/64 on both sides. That doesn't mean that that's going to be what you want. You know, I think I had someone mention in a video where they put it to 4/64 and it was buzzing a bunch. If that happens, raise it to 5. And then if it's still buzzing, maybe check to make sure everything else is good, make sure the neck is good. Maybe at that point raise to 6. I wouldn't really go past 6 because after 6 you're getting into pretty high action. So all that to say, these are what I go by. It doesn't have to be for every guitar. Every guitar and every player is going to be a little different. Now something else to mention, unlike a Stratocaster where you're going to be using something like an undersaddle radius, there's not really a need when you're working on these guitars because the bridge piece itself does not adjust individually. So as long as the action is where you want it on both sides, this is going to be radius to the neck already, so you don't have to worry about that step. So action's where we want it now we're going to go ahead and just adjust the intonation. I'm using nothing fancy, it's just a snark tuner, and these are pretty simple. You just clip them to the headstock, turn them on. Now to check the intonation, if you've never done it before, and make sure you get the string in tune first. So the E is in tune. So what you do then is very gently, you don't want to wiggle the string around, but you want to just at the 12th fret push down on the fret. Okay. That should be the same intonation. Yeah. It's actually a little sharp. So let me go ahead, and what we're going to do, if you want to take a look over here, all the adjustments are actually pointing. Typically these will be pointing in towards the headstock. And so the principle is, if when I play the string open and then I go ahead and play it at the 12th fret, if when I play the 12th fret it's sharp, that means it needs to go away from the neck. If it's flat, it needs to go back towards the neck. So this one was sharp, so we know we want to adjust this to where it's going away from the neck. Let's try that. Okay, we're in tune there. Still just a little sharp. If when you go to press the string down, if your finger, you accidentally push the string off to the side, it's going to be out of tune. So when you go, you want to make sure it's directly straight down. You apply all the pressure right down. So let's try this again. Okay, so we're in tune again here on the open. Perfect. Okay, let's get to the A. The A is right. Okay, yeah, D is good. Okay, G is good. Okay, last string. It's just a little flat. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, I just kind of do one last check here. That's really it, guys. I thought I'd have more to adjust, but we just adjusted the 2 E's. And so again, just as a recap, if you play it open and it's in tune, but on the 12th fret, if it's sharp, you're going to push the peg away from the neck. And then if you play open, but then at the 12th it's flat, you're going to go back in towards the headstock with the adjuster. So we'll just plug this in real quick, kind of make sure it sounds good. Nice to play when you're checking just to make sure everything sounds good. It's good to find a song that you can play that'll use something kind of up towards the 12th fret. So yeah, all right guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to find some similar content, we're always trying to release videos about every week. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.